You're watching Ticket TV. Like, share, and subscribe on your way in.
All right, chat, like, share, subscribe, man. Again, salute to everybody that's gonna tap on there, man. If y'all haven't followed us on our social media, follow us on Kick, X, Facebook, everywhere. The links all in the description box below this video. Man, we appreciate everybody who subscribed to the channel. If y'all haven't subscribed, share the video, like the video. Let's get over 2,000 likes in this video. And man, appreciate all y'all who donated to the channel and supported the streams. If y'all want to, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo link is in the description box and it's pinned at the top of the comment section in this video, man. T.I. and them, man, Lord have mercy. So T.I. is going through a defamation case. Basically, let y'all know what's going on. A celebrity, former singer, a former member of Tiny's group has come out and basically testified against T.I. and Tiny. I'm going to repeat this again. A former member of Tiny's group has come out and testified to a judge in a sworn testimony against T.I. and against Tiny. Now, we're going to get into this. For you guys to know what's going on, let me give you the background just real quick, and then I'll let you know what happened, what's going on in this situation. So, as you know, I pulled up this old article so y'all can know what's going on. T.I. and a woman named Sabrina Peterson they're in the defamation trial, basically. The defamation trial, T.I. filed a defamation lawsuit against Sabrina Peterson, right? Now, let me go ahead and go through this article so you guys can pretty much get caught up if you're not caught up. So it says a legal showdown between T.I. and Sabrina Peterson is officially on the horizon, with a Los Angeles judge setting a trial date for the rapper's defamation lawsuit. T.I. took legal action in December of 2024, accusing Sabrina Peterson of spreading lies. He accused her of spreading lies, false statements online, including a damaging claim that he was being investigated by the feds for sex trafficking. Now, this court battle goes all the way back to 2021, when Sabrina Peterson, once closely to the Harris family, filed her own lawsuit against T.I. and his wife, Tiny Harris. Now, she accused them of defamation, invasion of privacy, and emotional distress, and her allegations included an incident where she alleged that rapper T.I. pointed a blicky at her. Now, she also claimed that they both sought out to tarnish her reputation publicly after she spoke out and came out with her allegation. Now, in June of 2023, she suffered a major setback when 5 of the 7 claims she had were dismissed in court, and only the defamation and invasion of privacy claims remained out of all the claims she had. She then struggled to pay nearly $100,000 in court-ordered legal fees to T.I. and Tiny. She requested a $1,000 monthly payment plan due to financial hardships. Now, ultimately, her case was dismissed without prejudice in March of 2025, and this was due to inactivity or failure to pay. Now, the contempt charge related to the unpaid fees was also dropped. Y'all smash the like button, y'all come on in here because this gets crazy. This situation I'm about to show y'all, unbelievable. Following this dismissal, T.I. filed his own lawsuit against her, alleging that her Instagram posts and live streams caused harm to his reputation and invaded his privacy. Now, before that case went to trial, both sides at that time must enter the court-ordered settlement conference. And the meeting, right, was supposed to be November of 2025, right? Now, the trial was to start June the 9th of this year. Fast forward to today, to right now. Ladies and gentlemen, so Keisha Miles, or better known as LaKeisha Miles of Xscape, former member of Xscape with Tiny Harris, has come out now, ladies and gentlemen, to the court and testified against T.I. and testified against Tiny Harris in behalf of Sabrina Peterson. So she has come to the courts now and confirmed Sabrina Peterson's claims against T.I. and Tiny in a damning, and I mean damning situation, right? Where she's come out and basically, I want to read to you exactly what she's told the court. As you guys see right here on the right-hand part of your screen, it says declaration of Lakeisha Miles in support, as you guys can see right here, in support, oops, my bad, y'all, in support of defendant counterclaims Sabrina Peterson, right? So she filed this to the judge, y'all. So this is what she sent to the judge. And she has came out in defense, and she has went against her former bandmate, Tiny Harris. Now, Lakeisha, who y'all all know from Xscape, right? Former associate and collaborator with Tiny, right? She comes out and says this, you guys, in her sworn statement against T.I. and Tiny, which is crazy because this came out the blue. She says, I, Lakeisha Miles, do hereby state and declare as follows. She says, oops, my bad, y'all. She says, and I'm on one. She says, a non-party witness in this matter, provide this declaration. She says, I, a non-party witness in this matter, provide this declaration in support of the counterclaimant's Third Amendment counter complaint. I have personal knowledge, she says. Man, she don't went in on Tip and Tiny, man. This is crazy. She says, I have personal knowledge, you guys, of the facts set forth in this declaration. She goes on to say, you guys, that, and y'all smash the like button, chat, as y'all come on in, share the video, like the video. She goes on to say that, and if called upon as a witness, could and would testify as to the truth of this matter set forth below. So she's willing to get on a stand against her former bandmate, y'all, Tiny Harris. She's telling the judge she's willing to get on the stand and testify against T.I. and Tiny on behalf of Sabrina Peterson. Now, she says, I personally know both people who are the parties to this present action, Mr. Clifford Harris Jr., Mr. Harris, and Mrs. Sabrina Peterson, Mrs. Peterson. She says, I first met T.I., Mr. Harris, in or around 2005 when I was in an all-girl singing group, Xscape, with his wife, Mrs. Tamika Harris. Mrs. Harris and I became friends outside of the girl group when manager of the girl group attempted to sexually assault me. So she says that a manager of the group attempted to sexually assault her, and that's how her and Tiny became friends. Now, she says this manager was dating the lead singer of the group. Damn, this is crazy. She said the manager was dating the lead singer of the group and was also close to the lead singer's sister, who was also in the girl group. So Tiny, Mrs. Harris, felt like my only comrade and safe space at the time. She says the closer my friendship grew with Tiny Harris, the more I was in the presence of T.I. She says Tiny and I left the girl group and created our own group, Gap Girls, and started our own production company and business together, Major P, to develop artists and produce music and movies. She said that the Harrises had an in-home studio where we worked on music most of the time. She says it was in or around 2007 when I met Mrs. Peterson, because at the time, her and Tiny were best friends. She says I was present in or around 2007 on the day that T.I. pulled the gun. Man, this is crazy, y'all. She's saying, she's telling the court, and she's saying she's willing to get on the stand, y'all. The former member of Xscape, former friend of Tiny, is now telling the judge that she's willing to get on the stand and testify against them. This is crazy. She says I was present in or around 2007 on the day that T.I. pulled a gun on the head of Mrs. Peterson. This incident transpired during the time that Mrs. Peterson planned a birthday party for Tiny, though the couple were unmarried at this time. She says the oldest daughter and event which Tip had banned Mrs. Peterson from attending because Mrs. Peterson was blaming T.I. for Tiny's recent miscarriage. She said, I was instructed by Tiny not to let Mrs. Peterson into the party because T.I. told Tiny that if he saw Mrs. Peterson, he was going to do something to her. Therefore, Tiny did not want Mrs. Peterson to attend the birthday party. Y'all smash the like button as y'all come in here, share the video, like the video. She goes on to say, I tried my best not to allow Mrs. Peterson into the party, but I was unsuccessful because Mrs. Peterson paid for the party and the townhome that Tiny was living in and having a birthday party at. At some point, I saw about 5 or 6 SUVs speeding towards the townhome, and I knew it was T.I. and his entourage coming to the birthday party. Children were beginning to arrive, and I grew very nervous because I believed that T.I., when he said he was going to do something to Mrs. Peterson, if he saw her at the bar at the birthday party, she says, there were several of us at the party trying to encourage Mrs. Peterson to leave, but she would not. And subsequently, a fight ensued. She says, while I was trying to break up the fight, I felt something cold tap my forehead, and then I froze because when I looked up, I saw T.I. holding a gun to Mrs. Peterson's forehead in front of everybody, including children. She says, I then backed up and asked Tip what he was doing, and reminded him that there were children present, including his own stepdaughter, whose birthday party it was, who was just upstairs. She said, once I reminded him that his stepdaughter was in the environment, he finally took the gun away from Mrs. Peterson's head. That was one of many traumatizing events that I experienced at the hands of T.I. and Tiny Harris. She goes on to say, after the birthday party incident, things became very different. Mrs. Peterson's then boyfriend was well respected in the community, and he was not happy with T.I. putting a gun to Mrs. Peterson's head. There was a lot of tension between T.I.'s circle and Mrs. Peterson's circle. I overheard a conversation between T.I. and one of his friends where they discussed the pros and the cons of having Mrs. Peterson handled. She goes on to say the friendship between Tiny and myself became strained and would eventually end for several reasons, but especially after Tiny caused me to be charged with a crime involving drug possession. This occurred on the day when I accompanied Tiny in her car to an accident scene involving her sister-in-law and youngest son. At the time we arrived at the scene, Mrs. Harris, Tiny, had just made a drug purchase of marijuana that I witnessed, which the police officers investigating the accident could smell. One of these police officers discovered the drugs. They placed Tiny and me in handcuffs while the police officers were investigating the scene, and Tiny and I were on the side of the street. Tiny asked me if I would say the drugs were mine because she had recently been in trouble in LA for a drug charge, meaning she did not want to get into more trouble. Plus, I had a clean record. Tiny promised me that T.I. would handle everything and I would never have to go to court or jail. Against my better judgment, I agreed to say the drugs were mine, which was a mistake because I ended up fighting for my life. After being exposed and addicted to drug abuse due to the Harris's influence, catching a drug charge due to being affiliated with the Harris's, and now uneasy, I was beginning to feel after seeing how they were treating women at their parties involving sex and drugs. I decided to end the friendship altogether and go my separate ways and start over with my life My last communication with T.I. or Tiny was around 2011. While I have had very little contact with T.I. nor Tiny in well over a decade, there are a couple of incidents that I experienced involving gunfire that concern me, bro. This is crazy, bro. She's going to testify this shit on the stand, y'all. Man, God. Oh, this shit is crazy. It says in or around 2017, I began managing 11th Street Studios in Atlanta, Georgia, and would manage this studio until the end of 2020. While I was the manager, there were at least 2 or 3 shootings at this studio. The first occurred on January the 16th, 2020, and the second on March the 10th, 2020. Please see Fox 5 Atlanta News reports attached hereto as exhibit. These 2 incidents concern me because A, this studio that I manage is located right around the corner from Super Sound Studio, and B, Mr. Harris's manager had recently been to 11th Street Studios around the end of 2019 and saw that I was managing the studio. And C, I had recently seen T.I. around February 2020 on a television set for the show Star, where he was then or there filming an episode. And the brief interaction between he and I was extremely uncomfortable. Weeks after seeing Tip on the television set, the second shooting occurred at my studio, she said. I knew that T.I. was aware that I was affiliated with the 11th Street Studios since someone in his inner circle had recently saw me there. This is all concerning because all the things I saw and heard during my time around the Harris family. Then, in or around 2021, Mrs. Peterson contacted me and asked me to be a witness for a case of which I still don't know much about. Back then, I was battling the pandemic, so I was too sick to participate, and also, I just did not want to get involved. My life had finally gone back to normal, and I just wanted to maintain my peace. Later, around the end of April 2025, after having no contact with Mrs. Peterson since the 2021 exchange, someone I know sent me a link about Mrs. Peterson being sued by Mr. Harris. Though I previously did not want to get involved with the litigation going on between Mrs. Peterson and Mr. Harris, the thought that Mrs. Peterson being sued by someone who victimized her in the past did not sit right with me. I'm referring to the day Mr. Harris put a gun to Mrs. Peterson's head. I then decided to initiate communication with Mrs. Peterson and have her contacted to advise her that I would now be willing to come forward as a witness. As much as I initially did not want to get involved, however, the thought of someone putting a gun to someone's head and then suing them for talking about it and then calling them a liar really disgusted me. I felt like I had a moral duty and obligation to provide my firsthand account to the unsavory and sometimes violent events that I have witnessed on the account of Mr. and Mrs. Harris. Once I agreed to be a witness for the present federal civil matter, I was contacted by Tip's attorney, Andrea Cameron Banks, about availability for taking my deposition. The parties agreed that my deposition would be taken on April the 13th, 2026, which it was completed on that day. Less than 1 month after I gave deposition testimony for this case, where I provided testimony discussing events as stated in this present declaration, and also statements related to my interviews with federal agents. What? She talked to the feds? Hold on. Oh, shit. Let me read this again. She says, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Number 15. She says, less than 1 month after I gave my deposition testimony for this case, where I provided testimony discussing events as stated in this present declaration, and also statements related to my interviews with federal agents in connection to an investigation and any information I had making T.I. culpable to using and pushing drugs to unassuming young women, weapons, and human trafficking to maintain influence and control over women, I received a phone call from a former friend of mine and current friend of T.I. Damn, she's saying that the feds hit her, y'all, and that they were investigating T.I. According to this woman, she said the feds interviewed her. Damn. What the fuck? And she said she willing to get on a stand? Oh, this bad right here, man. What the damn. What? This is a former member of Xscape. She was Tiny Friend. Damn, bro. She done told the judge. Not only is she willing to testify in this case, she's saying that the feds already interviewed her. What? Hold on, I gotta read this part again. Hold on, bro. What? She said less than 1 month after I gave my deposition testimony for this case, where I provided testimony. So she said she provided testimony for this case. And she's also said she's willing to get on a stand and testify against T.I. and Tiny. Dog. And she's a former member of Xscape. Bro, this ain't gonna end well, bro. This is about to get disgusting right here, bro. She says, less than 1 month after I gave deposition testimony for this case, she says, where I provided testimony discussing events as stated in this present declaration, and also statements related to my interviews. So she says she gave statements in her deposition and related to interviews she did with the Fed. So she said when T.I.'s, I guess she's saying when T.I.'s lawyers deposed her, she, in her deposition, she also gave them statements that she gave to the feds about them. Damn, bro. This is crushing right here, bro. Damn, bro. She says, and also the statements related to my interviews with federal agents in connection to an investigation and any information I had making T.I. culpable to using and pushing drugs to unassuming young women, weapons, and human trafficking to maintain influence and control over women. I received a phone call from a former friend of mine and a current friend of T.I.'s, whose real name shall also remain confidential. Oh, shit. This about to get disgusting, bro. She about to snitch on somebody. She about to tell. She gonna tell whoever told. This chick finna tell on somebody whoever told. You guys got to remember, back in 2007, I see the brother in the comment section. Back in 2007, brother, weed was illegal. And if you had a lot of it, bro, you going to jail. Like, weed was illegal in 2007, bro. Weed just got legal like a couple years ago. You got to remember that. Weed was illegal back then. Bro, they pop you with weed. They act like that was goddamn on. So you got to remember, it also depends on how much you got caught with. You know what I'm saying? So you never know how much it was. She never specified that. But back then, in 2007, bro, weed was not legal. Weed was not legal. So I think you got to remember that. So when she said that, I thought about that too. And then I thought, yeah, in 2007, weed wasn't legal. It says, when she told them, so she told T.I.'s lawyers, she said, when she did her deposition, that she talked to the feds. And she told T.I.'s lawyers some of the things she told the feds about T.I. And she says when she told T.I.'s lawyers that, some of the things she said to the feds, she says right here, I received a phone call from a former friend of mine and current friend of T.I. She said, whose name shall remain confidential until such time that I am ordered by the court to disclose the name and or testify at trial to protect my own safety. She gonna reveal the name. Whoever called her, if that was a celebrity, whoever called her, she gonna snitch. She felt telling court. She said she ain't gonna say it now until she get to court and testify, so till she protect her own safety. Bro, this is dire. This is crazy. She says, damn. Hold on. So she says, I got to read this again so y'all get the understanding of what she said. She said, I received a phone call. So she said when she told T.I.'s lawyers in a deposition that she talked to the feds and she had interviews with the feds, she's accusing, she's claiming that she got a phone call from a former friend of hers and a current friend of T.I.'s, who she's not going to reveal that person, but she said who said that they see how she's moving and that they will attack her from every direction if she continues to do what she's doing. She said, my instincts told me this was a message from T.I. because I've never received a call of this nature ever before in my life. And the fact that I received a call like this just weeks after I gave deposition testimony unfavorable to T.I. is no way a coincidence. She says, I feel an obligation to speak up for all victims of violence and all the women who have been victimized by T.I. and Tiny Harris, including myself. It took me many years to be able to speak up about my experience with T.I. and Tiny, and I pray I will stay safe long enough to be an advocate for all their victims. She says, to the best of my knowledge, information, and belief, the factual allegations in these paragraphs have evidentiary support. She said she got evidence. Damn. Listen to what she say in 17, y'all. She say, to the best of my knowledge, information, and belief, the factual allegations in these paragraphs have evidentiary support. Evidentiary support. So she's saying she can support this with evidence and are not being presented for any improper purpose, but are directly relevant to the claims asserted in the cross complaint. Under the penalty of perjury, in accordance with 28 USC 1746, I declare the foregoing to be true and correct to the best of my knowledge and belief. Now, she executed this on the 30th day of May of this year in the Fulton County, Georgia court. Lord, man, this shit is crazy, bro. She said not only is she gonna snitch on T.I. and Tiny, she say that when she go to court, she gonna snitch on the person who called her and she alleges told her. Damn, bro. And she said she ain't saying that name right now for her own safety. Bro, this shit crazy, man. And this is a member of Xscape, former member of Xscape. So if she's willing to get on the stand, bro, Lakeisha Miles, y'all, that's her name, Lakeisha Miles. If she's willing to get on the stand, wow, bro. And read number one. She said she's willing to get on the stand too. She said she's gonna testify. Read number one right there. She said, I'm a non-party witness in this matter. Provide this declaration in support of the counterclaimant's third amended counter complaint. I have personal knowledge of the facts set forth in this declaration, and if called as a witness, could and would testify as to the truth of the matters set forth below. She said she's willing to testify against these people, man. And she was in the same group as Tiny, bro. Damn, dog. And she confirmed, she said that the feds already interviewed her. She said the feds were investigating T.I. and Tiny. Now, she didn't say when. She said that she recently, I guess, when she did her deposition, she said she told this to T.I.'s lawyer when she was deposed, that the feds investigated her. Or the feds interviewed her. They gave her a few interviews. Now, what she told them feds, if she said this out loud, What you think she told the feds, bro? Damn, bro. She was close to Tiny and them. Tiny, she was like Tiny was her friend, bro. Oh, man. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all feel on this, man. Let me know what y'all feel on this, man. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me know what y'all feel on this. Trying to tell y'all, man. Damn, bro. Yo, this is this is crazy, bro. I know Tiny is ticked. Bro, I never knew they had. I just thought that was a room. I thought people just. I didn't know that the feds was really investigating them. She said the feds had a few interviews with her. So they've been sniffing around these people, man. And this shit kind of. Oh. This shit, I'm surprised, bro. Who was the members of Xscape, y'all? Let me see. Somebody named me all the members of Xscape. I forgot who the members of Xscape were. Damn. Boy, this shit about to get disgusting. I'm sorry. I'm sitting there in shock, y'all. I can't believe that this woman is saying she's willing to get on the stand. She was a former band member of Xscape. This is a celebrity saying, I'm going to get on the stand. And she said she got evidence. Read number 17, y'all. She said she got evidence to support what she's saying. I don't know, man. T.I. and them innocent till proven guilty, man. T.I. and Tiny. I'm pretty sure they'll have their response in court. Oh. That's crazy, bro. I'm still thinking like, bro, I would have never thought a band member would have came out. But then again, we seen that in the past with other. Oh. She replaced Candy, y'all said? No, I thought Candy was in the group. I thought it was hold on, this is her right here. Let me show y'all the picture of her. This is her right here. I'm gonna show y'all her picture. Her picture on the thumbnail, but this is her. Hold on. Let me show y'all. Give me 1 second, y'all. This is her right here. Let me put this up there for y'all. Yeah, it's on the screen. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Oh, snaps. I can't. I don't know why. Hold on. Let me see. Keisha Miles. Let me see if I can get it right here. Hold on, you guys. Yeah, this her right here. Hold on, let me put this on the screen. That's her on the right-hand side. That's her. Oh. Man, why did the feds go talk to her? So the feds probably talked to the other girl too, and she probably sent The other girl probably sent the feds to go talk to her. Bro, this shit is crazy. So the feds must be watching every fucking thing, man. Oh. She replaced Candy, they say. Hold on. Here go the group right here. Hold on. Let me see. Which one is her in that picture, y'all? Right there. Which one is her? Is that her right there? Which one is her? Is she the first one? Because Tiny on the far right-hand side. That's Tiny on the far right-hand side. That's Tiny. Which one is that girl? She on the far left-hand side? Hold on. Hey, y'all gotta tell me, chat. Chat, I don't know which one. I just know who Tiny is. I know Tiny and Candy. The other ones, I don't know. Is she the one on the far left-hand side, chat? Y'all gotta let me know. In that picture of the four, right there. Chat, y'all gotta let me know, man. Y'all know better than me. Okay, that's her. So she on the far left-hand side. Oh, she's solid. Hey. Oh. Yeah, man. Wow, bro. Wow. When I saw this, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, man. I literally couldn't. This is one I could not believe when I saw this paperwork, bro. I couldn't believe it, man. Bro, I'm not lying. I'm telling y'all some shit. I could not believe it when I saw this. It 1,000% shocked me. 1,000%. No question about it. And she talked to the feds? Shout out to Gerald Johnson coming through. $40 donation in the Cash App, man. He says she replaced Candy ticket from Real Housewives. Yeah, I know Candy. Candy, she salute to you for the donation, brother. Candy, she married Todd and now she got divorced from Todd. Yeah, I know Candy. I know Candy. Candy look good too. Shout out to Denise Covington in the PayPal with the donation. Salute to you, Denise. Much love to you. Yeah, I can't believe it either. Damn, I can't believe it's her that's doing this, that's willing to go on the stand. The only reason why I think she put her name public like this is because she want everybody to know, I think. So that's the only reason why I can think about. So that I think she used that as protection. Like if everybody know, it's hard to kind of, you know what I'm saying? Versus if nobody knew she was talking to the feds publicly. Man, that's crazy, bro. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all feel, man. You know what I'm saying? You said Candy what? Man, Candy look good. Candy look good. The girl Portia look good. I forget the other joint. The other joint, she was solid too. Cynthia, that joint. The joint, niggas used to be sleeping on that joint. On the joint. What's the brick house they had on there? Phaedra. Good old Phaedra. She's a brick house. Good old Phaedra Parks. That's right. Good old Phaedra Parks. Oh. Yeah, man. Bro, y'all let me know what y'all feel, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section, man. Crazy. James, what up, boy? Salute. Shout out my boy James in the building, man. Salute, man. I don't know. I gotta wait to see how it pans out, man. And innocent till proven guilty, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta wait to see how this pans out. This is wild. I can't believe she said she's willing to get on the stand. That's what blew me. When I saw this paperwork, I said, what? I said, man, bruh, yo, you said Portia, man. Portia's, if she ain't had an attitude, Portia look good, man. And Portia got the attitude, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got time to be sitting there arguing with Portia all day. You dig? Nobody got time for all that. Straight up. But she, I tell you one thing, though. Portia beautiful. That's facts. That's facts. Shout out to the homegirl Celicia in the Cash App with the donation coming through. You understand? She said Xscape was one of her favorite groups growing up. Much love. I already know how old you is, man. I already know that. Hey, you say that, I already know that. Y'all girls, y'all like Xscape, SWV. Who else is out there? Then came Destiny's Child, TLC. Yeah, I know how y'all was. I know how y'all was rocking. I know how y'all was rocking back then. That's how y'all was rocking. Y'all let me know what y'all feel on this, though, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Like, share, and subscribe, man. We'll see, man. Tip is the one that's suing, though. So remember this. T.I. is the one that's suing for defamation of character. So we do got to put that into context. Y'all let me know what y'all feel.
Hey, we always appreciate the support, and if you guys want to do so, you can use the Cash App or PayPal links. They'll be in the description box below this video or pinned at the top of the comments. The top donators will be announced every month. All right, you guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all cop the merch, and make sure that you get the weight loss formula. The links to that will be in the description box below this video. Check out our next video coming up right now.